Now, she describes herself, as I said earlier, as convivial, which could also be translated to mean the life of the party. Now, once upon a time, as I said, we would have described her as simply a Nollywood actress, but after years of putting in so much work, Kate Henshaw has evolved to become so much more. A social advocate, a Nollywood veteran, an activist, a fitness guru, and as we recently learned on her 50th birthday, she is absolute body goals. Well, joining us from Lagos as we speak on this and so much more, Kate Henshaw joins us right now on Arise 360. I'm so happy to have you on Arise 360. And might I add, you look absolutely beautiful. I mean, people watching might not understand the pun, but I'm sure you do.
Thank you very much.
So let's begin with this.
Thank you, Kachi.
I want us to begin with the fact that this year you turned 50, and that was such a major milestone. So let's talk about that. On your birthday, you know, there were various videos of you trending all over social media, you dancing, and some people are happy, some people sad because they're like, is this me? Like, it's not looking like I'm going to look like this at 50, or like, oh boy, what's going on? So how did that make you feel?
I wasn't even expecting that much attention, but for me, this was very special because it's half a century. I have a few more years before I enter the grave, I hope. And so I just put it out there, and then I went to bed. And then when I woke up, it was everywhere. WhatsApp groups, people were sending me messages, friends, and like, their mother is saying, she can't be 50. Oh, wow. God help me. God, when? For me, it felt good. And when I went outside, you know, I met men and women who came up to me. Wow, Kate, wow, I have hope. If you can look like this, oh, that's amazing. Keep it up, whatever you're doing. You know, strangers approached me. So it felt good that it was sort of an inspiration to people who feel like, oh, life is over when you get to 50. No, it's not over at any time. It's over when you say it's over.
I agree with you, and might I just add as well that you have a lot of years to spend with us, Kate, definitely. But you know, one thing I would say though, your lifestyle changed at some point in time. You know, I was watching Games Men Play, and you were the voice behind the movie. You know, you had a lot of scenes in there, and I was looking at your body then, and I'm like, wait, something had to have changed. I will be honest with you, Kate, your belly is even flatter now than it was then. So at what point did your life change? You know, at what point did you say, I need to make a difference? You know, I need to do something different.
It was just 15 years ago, about 15 years plus. And I just decided to start exercising. I was in a bad place personally. So I found exercise, and exercise helped me. And I was doing it so much. I went all the way to the left, where I was so skinny. People would walk past me in the mall, and they wouldn't recognize me. I didn't see it because I was just dealing with stuff, and I poured all my anger and my strength into the exercise. And then I decided to, okay, let me put it out on my Instagram page. Hopefully people will see it, and maybe someone is exercising like me. Somebody's, you know, and that was it. It just started. You know, people, first it was like, you are a woman, you can't do that. Oh, look at your muscle. Oh, no breasts, no nyash. Oh, wow, wow. And then it became, wow, Kate, you inspire me. When I'm tired, I look at you, and I'm like, and then guys will say, wow, the workouts you do, I can't even do half of it. Where do you get your strength from? The energy. And then for me, I just transited into this person that everyone thinks is this fitness icon who knows so much about fitness, who puts in the work and also encourages people to take up a healthy lifestyle.
But Kate, do you think we have a fitness problem in Nigeria with regards to the kind, like our traditional meals, our lifestyle? Is it a problem for us in this country?
No, our meals are healthy. It's portion. We eat like it's the last day on earth. Our meals are very healthy. We have vegetables, and we need fats and oils to keep the skin supple. We need carbohydrates for energy. We need protein. We have fruits. We have everything. Our foods are very, very healthy. But then when you pour so much oil into your food, you have defeated the whole purpose of having a healthy meal. When you boil your vegetables to death, you have removed all the nutrients that are supposed to help you. So it's portion control. Just take a look at Nigerians, some Nigerians, eating at a buffet. then you will see the whole reason why we are the way we are. And we're very, very sedentary. So many cars on the road. There's not enough room for people to walk. There are no sidewalks. You know, biking is now a special thing where groups of people come together and then they ride. Abroad, when you go out, you can walk, you can take the train, so you have to walk to the train station, and then very few cars because you know you have to pay congestion charges, you have to pay this and all of that. But here, it's a very sedentary lifestyle. Sit in the office, sit in the house, sit. That's it. But our food is very healthy, I'll say that.
Well, I would agree with you on that. That's one thing my mother is also a fitness person, and I would be honest to say that I don't like a lot of the stuff that I have to eat, but it's healthy, you know, but it's not the tastiest, and I'm sure you would agree with me, Kate. It isn't.
Like what?
Okay,
like
for
what?
instance,
like what do you have to eat
bitter
that
leaf
you don't
juice,
like?
or having to drink, you know, all the parsleys and the salads, the fresh greens. It's not tasty.
You see, for me, I don't believe in bitterness. Huh? I say there's bitterness in the world. I don't have to put it inside me. That's what I say all the time. We have healthy salads. You can have your cucumbers, you can have satsumas, you can have your grapes. Make your salad nice so that you enjoy eating it. It's not punishment. It's not torture. You're not going to have to deny yourself anything. That's me. I don't deny myself anything. When it's time to eat well, I'll eat well. When it's time to just do my, intermittent fasting, I'll do that. But you see, I don't deny myself anything because then people go overboard. What can you sustain? You cannot sustain taking out everything that you like from your diet or from your meals. It's slowly incorporating more vegetables, more water, more fruits, more protein, less meat, all those little changes. And then suddenly you're on the right path. You can't say, drink bitter leaf. It's so bitter. They're not going to, after 1 week, they will just throw it away. Nobody's going to be able to sustain that momentum when it's so hard and, fast like that. It's not possible.
Well, while bitter leaf is better, there are a lot of people online now who have alternatives. For instance, quinoa. I know a lot of people have quinoa instead of the regular rice. They have avocado milk or coconut milk instead of your usual full-blown milk. But Kate, you know what we're going to do? I want us to talk about COVID-19 and how that really affected your fitness routine. Did it help? Did it decline? How exactly did that hit you? The pandemic, the isolation, being able to go to a gym?
No, it was. As if you knew, I put up a video today, I'm happy that I've fully vaccinated and I can get back, out there to do all the things that it was really a terrible time. There was no work. I didn't work all of 2020. And the fitness was not even, these gyms were closed. So what I had to do mostly was, go out. And that's within the time of the curfew when you're not supposed to be outside. So walking around, running, you can't do so much when you have a mask on and you're trying to do a lot of physical activity, especially running. So walking, for me, I'm past walking. I like make it to be high intensity. So it wasn't so bad in terms of fitness, but I couldn't really do all that I wanted to do. In terms of work, nothing was happening. I mean, I did a few conferences online, honorarium, that's about it, but no work, nothing meaty. And it was just like digging into your savings to just keep afloat. But I'm happy now. I'm pushing for more people to get vaccinated so that we can be totally free of COVID-19.
I couldn't agree with you more, Kate. We're going to take a short break now. When we get back, we're looking at a year since the End Sars protest. I remember seeing you run back and forth during that protest last year. We're going to talk about this. Let's take a quick break on Arise 360. We'll be back with some more with Kate Henshaw, who's live in our Lagos studio. You're welcome back to the show. You are watching Arise 360, and my name is Kachi Offiah. Now let's get into that conversation. End Sars, 1 year after. A few days ago, we had the Arise crew go over to the Lekki toll gate to see just how events would unfold. And as we saw it, nothing that was surprising to a lot of Nigerians at all. Now, Kate Henshaw, you were front and center of the protest last year. In fact, I couldn't miss it because you were in your fitness gear, you were running back and forth, you were very, very active, and you've also been very, very vocal. Has anything changed?
We saw it on Wednesday. Nothing had changed. No change, literally. I mean, they were already prepared to start war. Oh, supposedly it was to keep miscreants away. That's okay. But then we saw the videos. We saw the attack on the journalists. We saw the Uber driver. We saw the guy in the green jumpsuit, how he was manhandled. There was no need for that, but nothing has changed. No apology. No one has taken responsibility. It's just people who are somewhat afraid of the profundity of independence and the intellectual thought of young people, or people who want a better nation, because we all do. It cannot be just a few people living, riding roughshod over the rest of the people. It's for all of us. It's for our children, because we're not going to be here forever. It's for all of us. It's for our image that only the entertainment industry has managed to make it very nice out there. But there are experiences from people who have been here. So End Sars, 1 year after, I would have been surprised if there was not that presence there at the toll. I would have been totally shocked if there was nobody there.
There's a popular saying that evil, anything negative, failure, it thrives in darkness, it thrives in ignorance. The entertainment industry, like you said, has been front and center of this. But why is that? You know, is it because of the nature of the attacks? Because I don't think it only happens to people who are entertainers. Like you said, it is for all of us.
Oh,
it's for everybody.
Of course not. Well, you see, like I would first say, entertainers are first and foremost normal human beings. Now, the only difference is they have followers. They have people who look up to them because of the kind of work that they do. So they are in the limelight, and then people want to be like them. People listen to them for inspiration, for something positive, or they want to be like, aspire to be like. So for entertainers, it's like a double-edged sword. You're trying to live a normal life, and then you're trying to also stand on the side of truth and justice. Now, this is a very fine line where most people don't like to cross, and that's okay. But I believe that when you do have influence and when you have a voice, you should use it for the greater good. That is why you have it. It's okay if you don't want to use it. That's on you. It's okay, no problems. But if you do choose to, let it be for the betterment of the greater number, not just for yourself. Because sooner or later, the world is such a tiny place. You never know. You might be protecting yourself, and then your family member will get hit or something will happen. So it behoves on us to speak out against the things that we are passionate about, causes that touch you in your bone marrow. It just behoves on you, just like every other Nigerian, to speak up about where it hurts.
To the people who were affected by this, you know, affected that particular day, affected even before, affected by End Sars, do you feel like this was closure for them? You know, the process that happened a year ago, the process that happened on Wednesday, do you think it brought any kind of closure whatsoever? Are we close to even healing in any way, shape or form?
There's no closure. There can't be closure without restitution. There has to be restitution. People have to say, I'm sorry. People have to apologize. People have to pay. People have to be jailed. There has to be some kind of, you know, justification for it all. There's no closure yet. But for me, the little glimmer of hope is that we haven't forgotten. And that no matter what anybody says, like I said in my tweet and my post, no matter how many times a lie is told, it will never be the truth. And one day, when the glory comes, it will be all of us. And, you know, rest in peace, all those who died, people who have run away, people who are hiding, quivering, shaking, because we all know how this country is. Well, you see, if you're doing bad, you're doing evil, you're not going to be here forever. You will have your children and your children's children. I hope it will come to a day where we'll hear some names, and then there will be reproach against, I'm sorry, I'm not cursing or anything, but a lot of people are suffering, still suffering. Things are tough. Nobody's happy except the ones who are happy. So we just need things to be better. We are so backward in a lot of things. The whole world, the rest of the world, even Ghana has moved on, and we're still barely trying to catch up.
Kate, it's incredibly heartbreaking, frustrating, disappointing. But what I think is most frustrating for a lot of people as well is not knowing what to do. Because some people are sitting, they're looking, and they're just asking themselves, what am I, small me, that's how they put it, small me. I mean, Kate Henshaw is a superstar. She can talk about small me, what can I do? So speak to those type of people. What can they do, in fact?
You are not small, you are one person. And one person joined to me is two people. Two people joined to you, Kachi, is three people. Three people joined to other people makes the numbers. I will tell you that you have a voice. You have a voice by getting your PVC. There is little or nothing that can be done if the numbers are on ground. If you're physically present there to cast your vote. If you choose to also join a political party. Now I'm not making any campaign for any of them. It's not about the party, it's about the people in the party. So it's either you want to run for office or you want to cast your vote. But I also believe every young person with the same energy they use for the reality TV shows that they watch and they vote and they stand for whoever they love, use that same energy to make a pathway. Don't say, oh, it won't count. It will count when you're on the ground. We can't keep using that defeatist tone and language. That's what they want. Because trust me, they've already set things in motion. And you have to come and be the disruptor. So you saying that you are one voice, add it to mine, you are two voices. Add it to Kachi, is three. And before you know it, it will be thunderous. And it will change. We need to change. We need to be better. We want better for everyone. For everyone.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kate. I feel like you're literally just speaking my mind on this. And social media has been such a great tool in spreading this message, hasn't it? And we need to keep that fire going, don't we?
Amazing, amazing. Social media has been like a huge eye-opener on so many fronts. Yes, I do believe, I'll say this, that we need to be responsible in its usage, in the fake news and all of that. But it's opened our eyes to so many things, to rape, to sexual harassment, to violence against women, to, you know, the political parties, the electoral process, End Sars, that Jack gave us an emoji. So much we hear and we can discuss on banking, cryptocurrency, dollar, naira rates, and all of that. It opens you up to so much. Now it's left for you to sift through the truth and then carry that message on. And I believe that there must be conversations to be had. Everyone doesn't know everything. I don't know everything. So I go online because I want to learn. I go online because there are people in another part of the world who are maybe doing things better than I thought I could do it. So that for me, it's a learning curve. It's a learning place. It's a place to interact with people that you may never see or see. It's a great place. So it's not something that I believe people should try to shut down, because then that means you have something to hide. That is also a means for you to interact with your people and feel their pulse.
Feel their pulse. Kate, I'm not letting you go just yet, because there is one more subject I would like us to touch on, which of course is Nollywood. We're going to go into the different facets of it, where your mind space is right now. Chief Daddy, we loved you in that film. So we need to get into all of this stuff and more. So stay with us on Arise 360. We still have Kate Henshaw with us live in our Lagos studio. We'll be back after this quick break. Okie dokes, we're still here in the world of entertainment, arts and culture. This is Arise 360. My name is Kachi Offiah, and I am not alone on the show today. I've got Kate Henshaw with me, and we've been having such an amazing conversation. Now, Kate, let's talk about Nollywood. You see, I really like the movie Games Men Play. I learned a lot of things, you know, from your little ad-libs here and there. Would you say those rules still apply in today's dating world? The whole idea of dating a guy you met online, you know? Does that stuff still apply in today's world?
Of course it still applies. And we're in the age of the internet, technology. You have dating apps all over. I don't know if they have them that much here, but abroad, they have dating apps or meetup apps. You know, you can just send someone a message, and then next thing you're having coffee, and then next thing you're married, and next thing you're grandparents. So it is still happening, but even on a bigger scale now. Then we were just talking about it. Now it's the reality.
Absolutely. And another thing that is the reality is just how much Nollywood has grown. I mean, looking at our content all over the Netflix platforms, it's just absolutely beautiful to see. But Kate, some people would say that we overestimate or overhype the success that is a movie being on Netflix Nigeria, because technically it's just the Nigerian Netflix. It's not global. So why are we so hyped? What do you have to say to that?
It's our own. You have to hype yourself. Have you observed the lizard when it falls down from a tree? It nods and says, yes, I landed well. You have to hype yourself. I mean, where were we before Netflix? We were in the markets, then we came to the cinemas. We were on DVDs, VCDs, and then we came to the cinema, and then we're online. And Netflix is just one of amazing platforms that are out there putting our content on their platform. We have Amazon who are here. It will keep growing like that. You have to celebrate your little feats, your little victories. You have to give yourself a pat on the back and say, yes, I'm doing it. I'm going to do better. And then we have people that have gone to shoot movies in Hollywood. We have Nigerians in Hollywood. So, it's going to be happening soon. Trust me. I believe in this industry so much. It's given me so much, and I don't regret it ever.
Absolutely. We have the Arise Play streaming platform, which is, of course, our own born bred here in Nigeria.
That's
for
another
global
platform.
Entertainment.
That's another platform.
So you see, I agree with you with regards to, celebrating our own and encouraging our own. So with regards to you, Kate, now, Nollywood for you, would you say anything has changed from when you started? How do you see yourself doing this for as long as you want to? Do you see yourself taking a break anytime soon? What's your headspace now
break.
with Nollywood?
My headspace is I'm fully involved in Nollywood. I'm happy where I am. I'm still wishing for more. More juicier content. I'm looking for that action film that will test me. And I'm looking for more content that address social issues, because I believe that our films can shape our society and showcase how we want our society to be. So Nollywood has a different genres of movies out there speaking to different things, but you will always have the majority where people just want to laugh and forget that they're having a stressful day. So Nollywood is in a good place. There are a lot of eyes on it, and there are a lot of collaborations, script writing conferences with Sony, with, so much is happening. And I think that it will be good for us to continue to harness this while trying to improve on our stories, on our technicals, on our distribution. Africans all over the world have watched Nollywood. So that, to me, is no mean feat.
Do you see yourself stepping into the director's chair anytime soon?
Nah, I'm one of those who doesn't believe that it should be a natural progression, that if you're an actor, then you produce, then you direct, and then you... Nah. I'm happy to be in front of the camera. I can't produce. I have produced a small mini documentary for some people. But directing, I don't know. My head is not there. I'm more about people, causes. That's where my heart is. That's where I thrive. That's where I believe is where I'm called to be. So I'm happy to be where I am, supporting my industry, my colleagues, the directors, the cast, the crew, every part of it.
We like you where you are as well. We're not complaining. Now, before I let you go, Kate Henshaw, like I said, you've been in this industry for such a long time. I'm sure you've had your own fair share of
28 years.
Of issues, maybe rivalry. Just you've evolved from all of that. Okay, let me not say rivalry, but basically the point I'm trying to make is we have a lot of new
trust
students.
me, Kachi, there's rivalry. It's the entertainment industry. There's rivalry everywhere, where there are a lot of females and a lot of people who are striving for the same thing. Yes, of course, I wouldn't even lie to you about it.
I appreciate that.
You see, for me, there's room enough for everyone. I wouldn't lie. There's rivalry, of course. There's some people I haven't worked with, not out of personal conviction, but just it hasn't happened. And there's some people, Okay, let's leave it there. Okay, let's just do the work. We're not meant to be family members or friends. Let's just do the work. Okay, so I've lost my train of thought.
Basically about new
what
schoolers
was the question again?
and how they can do better. You know, how they can learn from your mistakes, do better, not have to deal with all that negativity and make the mistakes you made, stuff like that.
Negativity will come, but if you learn to walk circumspectly, meaning walking, treading carefully. I'm not saying be afraid of anybody, speak your truth. I'm all about speaking your mind, but there has to be respect. There has to be respect for the forebears, the people who came before, because you have a lot to learn from them. I mean, there's this youthful exuberance. Oh, I'm the it person, but for how long would you last? Will you last like Auntie Taiwo Ajayi said, Auntie Joke Silva, Olu Jacobs, Barbara Soki, so many, Clara and Chukura. I can name like 10 of them. You know, Auntie Buku Ajayi, may her soul rest in peace. You see, you need to be able to keep your head down so that you can rise. I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but keep your head down, learn, gather enough information, be professional. A lot of young people, some of them are not professional. I do not abide lateness. Everybody knows me. Lateness is something that sticks in my craw, and I'm like, no, you're not serious. This is where you're making a meal from, and you choose to saunter in when you like, you know. But so far, my experiences have been good. I've not had any run-ins with anyone. I give everybody their due respect, and I expect the same back. Simple.
Simple and short. Kate Henshaw, this has been everything that I wanted it to be, quite honestly, and I'm so
Thank you,
so
Kachi,
happy
for the makeup.
I'm so happy we got to do this. Honestly, we love you so much on Arise 360. So thank you. And we promise when next we're having you on the show, we're going to beat that face. Keep doing everything that you keep doing. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for joining us again on Arise 360. And that right there was Kate Henshaw.